All right, let's talk about NotebookLM. We're going to dive into how this AI from Google could completely transform your workflow. Look, if you are tired of drowning in documents and spending hours, and I mean hours, just trying to find that one key piece of info, then yeah, you're in the right place.
I mean, seriously, are you drowning in documents? It's a real problem. But what if, just imagine, you had an AI that could basically be your personal research assistant, something that knows your stuff inside and out?
And that's the thing, isn't it? This is the information overload problem in a nutshell. We are just buried. Project plans, research papers, client briefs, you name it. It's a constant battle just to pull out the key insights. We're burning so much time on manual searching when we should be strategizing and, doing the actual work.
Okay, so this is exactly where Google's NotebookLM enters the picture. And let me be clear, this is not just another AI chatbot. No, it's designed from the ground up to be a true AI collaborator, built specifically to fix this massive information overload issue.
So what makes it so special? Well, here's the magic word: source grounded. What that really means is it only gives you answers based on the documents you provide. That's it. It's not going out and scouring the entire internet. And why is that a huge deal? Well, it pretty much eliminates those weird AI hallucinations we hear about, making the answers you get super relevant and, most importantly, trustworthy.
And man, this thing has evolved fast. It started out as something called Project Tailwind back in May 2023. Fast forward a bit, and it's a full-blown, serious tool. They added that audio overviews feature that kind of went viral, rolled out paid plans for businesses, and even dropped a mobile app. This timeline tells you one thing for sure. Google is really, really serious about this.
All right, enough talk. Let's get into the action and see how this thing actually works. The best part? Getting started is super simple. Seriously, you could be up and running and pulling out useful stuff in, what, like 5 minutes?
The whole thing really just boils down to 4 simple steps. First, you create a new notebook. Think of it like a project folder. Step 2, you add your sources, all your documents. Then you just start asking it questions. And step 4, boom, you get your answer, and it even tells you exactly where in your documents it found the information. It's such a clean, smart workflow.
And get this, the range of stuff you can feed it is awesome. We're talking Google Docs, PDFs, you can just paste in text, drop in web links, you can even use YouTube video transcripts. That kind of flexibility, it's a total game changer for how you do research. So let's go back to that source grounding thing for a second, because it's so important. This is how it works under the hood. You upload your private docs. You ask a question. The AI then scans only those sources. It doesn't go anywhere else. And then it gives you a relevant answer with citations. This is what makes it so powerful and secure. It's your own little private expert.
Okay, so we get the how, but what about the so what? How can you actually use this in your day-to-day job? Let's break down some real-world examples for different roles.
Okay, now this is where the rubber meets the road. If you're a project manager, imagine just instantly summarizing a huge product requirements doc. Or if you're a developer, think about getting the main points from dense technical documentation in minutes. For business leaders, you could prep for a meeting by pulling key insights from a dozen market research reports. See, it just adapts to whatever you need it to do.
And it's got some really cool tricks up its sleeve that go way beyond just chatting. That audio overview feature, it literally turns your notes into a 2-person podcast. How cool is that for catching up on the go? It can also automatically whip up a mind map to show you how ideas in your documents connect. Oh, and for collaboration, you can share your notebook with teammates in a chat-only mode so they can ask questions without even needing the original files. Pretty slick.
All right, but let's be real. No tool is perfect, right? So to give you the full picture, we need to talk about the pros and cons and the different tiers that are available.
First off, the free version is actually really generous. You get a ton of power right out of the gate. But if you're a heavy user or part of a bigger team, the paid tiers, well, they crank everything up. We're talking way more sources, way more questions you can ask, and you unlock some of those advanced features like chat-only sharing and analytics.
So here's the bottom line, the balanced view. On the pro side, you're going to save a ton of time, and those audio and mind map features are genuinely unique. But on the limitation side, remember, garbage in, garbage out. The AI is only as good as the documents you give it. And you always, and I mean always, need a human to give the final review. It's an assistant, not a replacement.
So, where is this all heading? What's next for NotebookLM? Well, it's clear Google is pouring a lot into this platform, and the future roadmap looks pretty exciting. It's definitely not standing still. Think about this.
We're probably going to see it shift from just answering your questions to proactively exploring topics for you, like a real research agent. Expect more cool stuff like lecture-style audio, better video overviews, and definitely tighter Google Drive integration. And for the developers out there, a public API is on the horizon, which means you could build this power right into your own software. Yeah, this thing is just getting started.
And that really brings us to the most important point of all. An AI tool like this, it doesn't replace your expertise. It's not here to take your job. It's here to supercharge it. Think of it as a force multiplier. It's designed to do the grunt work, the heavy lifting of sifting through information, so that you can focus on what we humans are actually good at, thinking critically, building strategy, and coming up with the next big idea.
So I'd love to know what you think. How could you see yourself using something like this? If you found this useful, definitely let me know in the comments, and hey, while you're there, tell me what AI tool I should break down next.
All right, that's it for this one. I'm 𝕤𝕤𝕒𝕚𝕚. As always, thanks for tuning in. Follow along for more insights on AI tools, project leadership, and tech innovation. I'll see you in the next one.